youth fund. The Nigerian student can tap for such opportunity apart from the NEL fund. These are opportunities Nigerian student can get from. Then lastly, you can discover that for the past 1 year, our academic calendar through ASU have not been cut short. And these are things we believe we didn't achieve them through protest. It is through dialogue. And we believe that protest can never be a solution. Because even after protesting, we'll still come back to the round table. Why don't we be in NANS, in the struggle, we believe in consultation, consolidation before you think of other options. Are you getting it? So these are our genuine reasons of saying that we don't want to join the protest. Those who are saying they want to protest, would they agree that they want to be in the front of the protest? Are they saying that they want to come and coordinate us? Let us know all these things. So we cannot be misled by any person that want to join any protest. So we have our own reasons, and when Nigerian students want to come out to drive home their point of agitation, you know how NANS do it. We fought military to a standstill. So we don't need any person to come and stimulate us. We've told the government to listen to us. If they don't, we have a way of driving home our point of agitation. Greatest Nigerian student.
Nuisance, Lele.
That's the president of Nigerian students. Agbiru. I mean, somebody said, what course is he studying? Political science. He's a political scientist. Is that not even enough to tell you that things don't? If these ones were actually the members of NANS during the military era, these ones, they will actually organize themselves, okay, to attack all the NANS that wanted to protest against the military. But look at him there. We cannot protest. We don't know them. We don't want anybody to come and use us. You don't know them. Or you believe they want to use you for you to ask for the reversal of policies that have made people poorer, sick. He said it's political. They want to use for political advantage. They want to, like, you are so concerned as a student. See that one as student. We are more concerned about our academic year. They are not paying your lecturers. Shut the line. ASU, the rest of them, they are not paying them. They're going to go on strike. You know that. So why are you lying? So you're going to tell the ASU and say, ASU should come back to the school. Because Ashiwaju will pay them later, Abi. I'm just saying. Okay. So that one is that. Here is our guy's response, because I like this guy, Ikenga. His response to Werewike's grandstanding. I've heard that Werewike is begging now. They grandstand again, but they've deployed military everywhere. If you are watching me from Abuja, tell me what's going on in Abuja today. They feel the intimidation. They want you to feel the intimidation. They are moving the military trucks everywhere. Police in Kano. Everywhere. But Ikenga has this for Werewike.
I think there's nothing to hear here. Talk about here. If a group of people, out of desperation, decides to have a kindred meeting, that should not bother anybody. And I've advised next week, stop this. The joke is becoming too much. There is a substituting order of a court, few days to this issue of Congress, that exercise can no longer hold. But he decided in his desperation, alongside with his supporters, to gather themselves in their hideout and conducted what I call a kindred meeting. So what the Wike group had yesterday in the name of Congress is nothing but a kindred meeting. In Igbo, we call it meeting umonna. It doesn't go anywhere. It ends there. They are talking to themselves. And it's a nullity. Let me tell you why it's a nullity, and it's very simple. As long as there was a substituting order and he proceeded to do it, the court in question will void whatever is the outcome of that exercise. As it is today, there is no working PDP in Rivers because we have a group of people who are in what we call PDP APC invading our party and trying to take control of the party. And let me also advise, because recently when we came here, we had the violence that happened. And I will advise the Commissioner of Police. There was one man that used to be here then, I think Joseph from Bo or somebody, who was also dancing naked with Wike. Today he's somewhere. He retired a shameful officer. So I will advise the CP. You say you heard about one order in Abuja. but he didn't hear the order from River State, which was advertised on national papers, ordered by the court. It was an order to the whole world. You are away. But you choose to be running as if to say you are running a political security outfit for yes on week because they're calling from Abuja. And I will advise the Inspector General of Police and the President to call the CP to order, if possible, even remove him. Because that part he's taking can inflame the already inflamed situation in the country. Look at what is happening all over the country. And they claim to love the president, but they want to destabilize River State. And that will affect the president. The government is finding it hard in terms of addressing the economic challenges of our people. And here you have a group of people who claim to be working for the president, but because of their greed, that they want to plug a pipe to state resources, they are willing to burn down the state. And the whole thing baffles because what is even the crux of this matter? We were here when former speaker and the former lawmaker, what they call him, and his group, woke up one morning, even when there was no crisis, and joined the APC, thinking that by joining the APC, Tinubu will help them to illegally remove Obara from office. It backfired. They didn't think it would because there was one man in Abuja who was so desperate to capture River State. As is a private estate. Now you run into APC. Now you're running back looking for a court that will give you a judgment that you're still a lawmaker. At the moment they decamp, which all of you are aware, there was no division in the People's Democratic Party. So as long as there's no division, the constitution is very clear. It's automatic. Your seat is vacant. You don't even need anybody to declare it vacant. It's on that ground that the new leadership emerged. So all this struggle is for him to regain the State House of Assembly legitimacy for the purpose of forcing the governor out of office so they can have access to the resources of the people. And those people are no longer lawmakers, like I told you. And the earlier, the better I think it's high time both the CP, he needs to get it into his head. They cannot come back. It doesn't matter if you give them tactical support on the street of Port Harcourt for them to be mening and destroying and killing people. They can no longer come back. And nobody can remove Fubara from office. It's only the people that elected them. And that Congress they claim to have done, which I told you people, is nothing but kindred meeting. But I know, my friend, yes, we will never get tired of doing these things. But I can tell you here, as a stakeholder in this party, that it is a nullity. It's me to no more. It goes to nothing. So it is of no use. It's all this comment that comes.
ẹni òfò ni ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádà.
Inshallah, because after that, in fact, I should have actually hold on before I share that, okay? I'm going to come back to it. Something happened at Takoka today, which we are yet to even understand the full story. Some said that the students, they were having an altercation with their provosts, and they were protesting. And then the next thing, the police came, the police came to kind of disperse them. And they started shooting, I think, tear gas. That led to further escalation, okay? Which now led to vandalization and arrests. Right there at the heart of Lagos, Akoka. Let me show you something.
Sir, please, what did they do? Yusuf.
Assist, you are there. Hey, leave the place, leave the place. Please, leave. Leave. This way.
Supposed student, whatever, because I mean, there's no report that anyone was killed. But imagine the level of rage in students, College of Education, I think. Students having such anger and rage in them that the moment they had the opportunity, they started vandalizing, looting, stealing everything they can steal on sight. I condemn that kind of act, by the way. You should condemn it too. So according to them, they said they've arrested 32 of them. What could really have triggered that? Other than you have millions of Nigerians that are walking about damaged. Young people that are facing what their parents are facing. The hardship. They are suffering it more. And a lot of them are just walking time bomb. Yes. They are formative age, if you say, where they are trying to figure it out. Why? Why are we subjected to this kind of life? Where they have been subjected to the life of Ozu. And as much as that, they just couldn't understand why they are still in poverty. They are angry. They are hungry. And the government, the criminals in government continues to ignore this flash and flashy. You see, pocket of troubles. When you have something like that at the national scale, I don't think there is an army of any country that can stop the People's Army. The People's Army, this time around, is going to be populated by hungry, angry Nigerians. And most of them are confused. They just want to let the anger out. If the criminals in government with all the resources at their disposal can't see this danger, no wahala. A year ago, they were asking they brought in, this is how much Tifnubu has desecrated the Yoruba culture tradition. Now we're going to call it Lagos tradition. They have to bring out supposedly respected, dreaded, we have these things about our tradition, okay? There are categories of participation, okay? There are some of them that they don't just come out. Because of election, Tifnubu brought out the Ogbonis, brought out the Oloros, brought out these people who were causing the Igbos specifically. And then those they considered as enemies of APC. A year ago, They were telling their gods to help please return Sanwo-Iku.
Nuisance Lele.
Because you won't believe it, right? After that video you watched, in January this year, just 7 months after Tifnumbu became their president, and Sanwo-Iku with Onje Eko, that cannot feed Eko, became their second-term governor. So Tifnumbu returned back to Lagos. And this, apart from the dirty road, right? This was how they welcomed him. I just thought I should remind us of that scene. It was symbolic. It was historic. And today, the Ebing Power Group, I don't know how much they gave them. They were able to pull this off again today when they have the chance to end the hunger and call these guys to order. How much do you think they gave them? Of the greatest, the greatest Nigeria student.
The great youth of Nigeria.
Great.
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 Greatest,
yo, greatest, yo. And you are talking about the greatest Nigeria youth to stop protests. These guys, they have names of those they want arrested ASAP. Listen to it partly. I can take it off anytime.
Men of the press, we are all aware the federal government, state government, religious leaders, traditional rulers, and other well-meaning Nigerians have been appealing to organizers of these protests to shape their plan. These appeals are to a great extent understandable, given the fact that the federal government is already addressing the issues that the organizers of the protests have stated as the reasons for planning to embark on nationwide protests. Beyond the issues already being addressed, there are genuine concerns that the protests will be hijacked by entities and persons with less than sincere intentions, people who are proxies for terrorist cells and agents for foreign interests that are out to destabilize Nigeria. It is consequently shocking for the acting PDP national chairman, Ambassador Damagun, to openly endorse the planned nationwide protest. He even went further to ignorantly criticize the government for persuading will-be protesters to hold off on the protest. While this is shocking, Ambassador Damagun's incitement of the protesters is no surprise, since one of the owners of the PDP and its permanent presidential candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, had made a similar ill-advised call for the protest and only stopped short of calling for the overthrow of the government. We have noted that there is more to this endorsement of the protest by the PDP and its chieftains than they are admitting to Nigerians. The conscience of democracy in Nigeria wishes to remind Damagun and those for whom he runs errands that the log is in their eyes. They should first look at what they contributed to the cost of living and economic crisis facing Nigeria today. President Bola Tinubu's administration may be incumbent today, but the foundation for what we are collectively experiencing today was led by the PDP 16 years of misrule, which was fortunately truncated by committed patriots and Democrats. And because the PDP had anticipated that it will rule over Nigeria for over 60 years, unfortunately, Nigerians rejected them when they are at the verge of collapsing the country. Furthermore, with the appellation of ambassador, Damagun is aware that Nigeria is a federating entity with 36 states and the FCT, out of which the PDP controls 13 states. The implication is that the PDP is still responsible for 1/3 of the country. So if there is bad governance, Damagun and his allies should accept part ownership instead of pretending that they made no contribution to the current state of affairs, which the incumbent federal government is trying to remedy, by the way. The Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAC, allocation to state has almost tripled since the latest 2023. So far in the year, states have received 379 billion, 366 billion, 398 billion, and 403 billion as statutory allocation from FAC for January, February, March, and April, respectively, which is amounting to a total of 1.548 trillion disbursement to state governors alone in the first 4 months of the year. Similarly, the local government areas, which operate more like state appendix, thanks to President Bola Tinubu, who ensure that the local government regain their autonomy. The local government
nuisance lele.
I know, you see, it's just the same talking point and all of that. So, but he was able to mention the 16 years of a PDP that contributed to what they are suffering now. Then he jumped the 8 years of Bokwari. It is the same thing with the Tifnumbu and their gang. Okay, they will tell you about the 16 years of PDP. And they will ignore that of 8 years of Bokuwari. In 16 years, PDP took Nigeria exchange rate from 120 naira to $1 in 16 years. All right. In fact, right, from 1999, they took it from 111 naira, rather 11 naira, 111 naira to $1. And in 16 years, PDP took it to 145 naira official, 199 naira black market in 16 years. In that 16 years, the inflation in Nigeria of the PDP was left at 4.5%. Unemployment ratio in Nigeria was at 7.5%. What else did they leave? Electricity generation under a PDP 16 years increased from a paltry generated 2,500 megawatts to 9,000 megawatts.